In this video, I thought I'd share some amazing psychedelic bands and albums. Come in and have a look. Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you have a great morning this morning. It is Wednesday morning. As always, a coffee kind of morning. Cheers, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Still trying to get myself back on track here. So if I mess up, excuse me for doing that, because I have been doing that lately and a lot of things, as my mind's just not 100% clear yet. But I thought I'd share with you some amazing psychedelic bands and music that I have in my collection. Not everything. I didn't bring everything out because, I don't want these videos to be 2 hours long. But I think I picked some great stuff to share with you. And what is psychedelic music anyway? Well, I just found an explanation of that. It's a diverse style of music influenced by 1960s psychedelic culture, aiming to replicate and evoke altered states of consciousness using studio effects, surreal lyrics, Eastern instruments like the sitar, extended improvisations, surreal lyrics. You got subgenres like psychedelic rock, blending pop, rock, jazz, and folk together. Mind-bending soundscapes from big bands like the Beatles, Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix, and even continuing today with some of the later bands like Tame Impala. I don't know Tame Impala. I could have showed Jimmy and the Beatles and Pink Floyd, but that would take all day. And I was all kinds of bands that have psychedelia in their music. But I just chose bands that I think are mainly purely, see I'm messing up, mainly purely psychedelic bands. Starting with this one here. I dug up this old box set. It's a classic, but it's got some great tracks on it. It's the old style of box set from Jefferson Airplane, 1972 box set. Loves You, it's called. It's a 3 CD box set of recordings from the San Francisco rock band Jefferson Airplane. Many of the tracks were previously unreleased. You got live recordings, studio rehearsals. Some are lifted from Jefferson Airplane's albums. There's Great Society on here, which is a band that Grace Slick was originally in. Some cool stuff on here. Too much to list. If you want to pause this, you can see what is in there. It's a cool little box set. It was cheap when I got this one. Nice booklet, colored booklet. You got the CDs. Okay. With the psychedelic photos on here as well. And so 3 CDs full of beautiful Jefferson Airplane music. One of the pioneers, in my opinion, of psychedelic music for sure. Okay. How about The Creation? This is another great box set. This is Action Planning. It's a 2017 compilation album by the band Creation. The Freak Beat psychedelic rock and garage band from Chestnut, England, formed in '66. You got Kenny Pickett on lead vocals, Eddie Phillips on guitar and backing vocals and lead vocals, Bob Gardner on lead vocals, bass guitar and backing vocals, Jack Jones on drums, Kim Gardner on bass and backing vocals, and Nicky Hopkins, who is featured on this one, of course, who played with the Beatles and played with Stones. Great pianist. He plays piano on quite a few tracks on this one as well. These guys are best known for their song Making Time, which was one of the first rock songs to feature a guitar played with a bow. I know Jimmy Page did that later in life, but these guys were the first. Actually, there's a picture there of the guitar in the background with a bow. This is really good. This is really good stuff. I'm glad to have this one. I've already done a boxing on this one, or unboxing of this one. But there's the track listings there. Okay. If you don't know The Creation, check these guys out. These are think there's a, yeah, here you go. There's another bow picture. Yeah, great psychedelic rock, for sure, from the creation and action planning. This is an oldie, and I haven't listened to this one in quite a while. I have to dig this one back out again. This is the Peanut Butter Conspiracy and the album The Great Conspiracy. The Peanut Butter Conspiracy was an American LA band, psychedelic pop and rock group from the 60s. Beautiful lead vocalist, and her voice is just gorgeous. Her name is Barbara Robinson. Also, Spencer Dryden from Jefferson Airplane used to be a band member in this band as well. This is their second studio album, The Peanut Butter Conspiracy, The Great Conspiracy. It's a great blend of psychedelic music on this one. Underrated. Love the harmonies as well. And again, her voice is so beautiful. It's on the red Columbia label. I love this Columbia label as well. But, the album is not so-so. It's also you can play this on mono as well. It says, playable on mono equipment. For best results, use stereo needle. Don't those two kind of cancel each other out? But anyway, there's a great underrated album that we should hear more of for sure. The Nice, another English progressive psychedelic rock band from the 60s. They blend rock and jazz and psychedelia and classical music together, led by the great keyboardist Keith Emerson, of course from Emerson, Lake and Palmer, bassist Lee Jackson, guitarist David Olis, and drummer Bride Davison. This is the compilation, August 67 to 68. This is the US cover. There's a different UK cover. It's a really good compilation. They blend all these styles together so well to create some amazing music. It's on the Charisma label. Keith Emerson was an amazing player also, by the way. Really happy to have this one in my collection. But, yeah. Awesome stuff. The Nice. Great stuff. How about Nazz? Formed by Todd Rundgren back in '67. Of course, he would go on to have an amazing career on his own. Bassist Carson Van Osten, drummer Tommy Mooney, vocalist keyboardist Robert Anthony. Two big hits, Open My Eyes and Hello It's Me. Hello It's Me became a huge hit for Todd Rundgren later on when he recorded for a 72 solo album, Something Anything, which is an amazing album, by the way. They were only together for 2 years, but they were a combination of psychedelic rock, garage rock, and power pop. This is their debut album, originally released in '68. This is a 2023 remaster on amazing splattered vinyl. Open My Eyes didn't really chart all that well, but became a psychedelic rock classic. Appeared on so many compilations of that genre. And again, Hello It's Me became a huge hit when Todd Rundgren recorded it for his Something Anything album, which you haven't heard that one. Listen to it for sure. Lots of great fuzzy guitar work on this one. He's an amazing guitarist, by the way. If you don't know his guitar work, he's wonderful. Before ELO, there was The Move. I've got a bunch of Move on CD, but I just brought this compilation out again for time. Rock, pop, psychedelic, and progressive rock. A great band from Birmingham in '65. They had lead guitarist Roy Wood, who later went on to be with the ELO. Singer Carl Wayne, rhythm guitarist Trevor Burton, and bassist Chris Ace Kefford, and drummer Bev Bevan, again ELO together. 68 compilation. Jeff Lynne would later become part of The Move, near their end of their career. But again, and then they all formed together, became ELO. But this is really good. It's on the Pickford label from Canada. You got Flowers in the Rain, Hello Susie, The Lemon Tree, Cherry Blossom Clinic, Night of Fear, I Can Hear the Grass Grow, Brontosaurus, Walk Upon the Water, What, and Fire Brigade. Yeah, Jeff Lynne is not on this one. It's the original lineup, for sure. How about a great psychedelic rock icon? A lot of his music is. He's also folk as well, folk rock and rock. Another compilation. I've got a bunch of his albums in my collection. I just brought out this greatest hits, but it's Donovan. Donovan's greatest hits. This is his first greatest hits album from '69 in January in the U.S. and March in the U.K. It peaked at number 4. It did really, really well. Certified platinum. You got a combination of rock and folk and psychedelic pop on this one. This one was a VCLT. I can tell by the MoFi sleeves. I can't recall who gave it to me. And it was 99 cents. But it sounds fantastic. It's on the Epic label. All the big hits on this one. Mellow Yellow, Sunshine Superman, Hurdy-Gurdy Man, Epistle to Dippy, Warrior Love, Like Heaven, Jennifer Jupiter. Wow, I can't see him not speaking properly. Jennifer Juniper, Colors, Catch the Wind, Here's a Mountain, There is a Mountain, Season of the Witch, and Lelina. Yeah. I need my head to have a good shake here. This can play in stereo, but it could also be played in mono as well. But some great psychedelic tracks on this one, for sure. Another great psychedelic band. This is another new release for me, but it's the Soft Machine. This is an English rock band from Canterbury, Kent, formed in '66 by Mike Rutledge, Robert Wyatt, Ken Ayers, David Allen, and Larry Nowlin. Central in the Canterbury scene, one of the first British psychedelic acts, and they also helped pioneer some progressive and jazz rock, blending all three together. This is a compilation album released in 2015. Rare tracks from the early lineup. You got highlighted tracks on here, I'm So Low, Moon and June. It's so good. You got rarities on here, experimental psychedelic and jazz influenced rock. It's on beautiful red vinyl. So good. So good. This was a April 2025 Record Store Day release. This is Levitation Room. This is the first time I heard this band, but man, they're so good. Psychedelic rock band from LA. They only released 3 studio albums and 1 EP. This happens to be the EP. They've been described as psych rock, which they are. Their sound is clean and spacey, with a mildly controlled manner that shimmers your nights with full moon delight. That's from Psychedelic Baby magazine. They also capture the vibe of the 60s on their music as well. Their influences are the Beatles, the Kinks, the Rolling Stones, the Pretty Things, Grateful Dead, Pink Floyd. This is the EP Minds of Our Own. Again, on Record Store Day on that beautiful splattered vinyl. It's fantastic. Fantastic. So that enticed me to order this one. This is Strange Weather, their 3rd album. It was released in 2024. First album to feature bassist Kevin Pye, I think. Cosmic sounds, dreamy, low atmospheric, 60s inspired sonic music, retro 60s psychedelia. It is fantastic. It is fantastic. I love it. It's on beautiful black vinyl, but it sounds so good. These guys are so good. But finally, what enticed me to put this video together is from this box set. I think I'm going weird. This is a 5 CD box set that came out in 2021. You got great bands from the 60s, British 60s psychedelic scene from 66 to 68. Over 50 minutes of unreleased music. You got music from the Stones and the Who, Traffic, Small Faces, The Move, Procol Harum, Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Then you have other bands like the Soft Machine, Genesis, all kinds of bands on this one. It is an amazing group of psychedelia. Traffic is on here. The Kinks, Manfred Mann is on here. The Sweet is on here. Fairport Convention, sorry. So many great bands. Tyrannosaurus Rex, Barclay James Harvest, which I have a bunch of albums from. This is just a typical classic great box set. If you're into psychedelic music, there's the track listing there. I'm not going to read everything because there's too much to read. This is the one to get. You can spend just hours, or close to an hour, listening to it as it's 50. But over and over again, just listening to so many great tracks, and it also helped me get into some later music as well from this great compilation. But I think I'm going weird, which I am. And that's it, guys. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Love you all, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.